Hey Steven, Francesco here, hope you're well. Just gonna run through the car with you really quick. I got it right here in the back. It just rained outside, so we get a little bit of water on it, but I'm gonna flip the camera around and just go through kind of like everything you need to know, procedures and all that, and we'll be on with it. So working from front to back, tow hook is underneath the nose part right there. You got your duct for your brakes. You got radiator ducting on either side of the nose. So if you go off, you tend to get grass built up in there, just clear it off. If you get grass in there, just clear it off. You got Zeus fasteners in each area here, right here, on the side, down there, up here, and same on those sides. Those Zeus fasteners will allow the whole entire nose to come off, and it has to come off like this. We'll do a separate video for that. You got your external fire pull and emergency shutoff on the outside for the crew. Your fuel, it's a quick fill system, so you have one on this side and one on the other side. You do need to use a vent with the bottle to make the fuel go in faster. Or you can just use one side, it just goes in slower, but you have one on either side. Then you got the rear deck lid with the camera in the back there. The deck lid opens up by hitting these buttons here and then lifting up. And then you have access to the engine bay area. You got your shocks, triple adjustables. You have your canister for the pressure for your shift system, your paddle shift system. There's the compressor motor itself with the lines that feed in, and this is the holding tank. And you have your rocker arms for the triple adjustable shock. You have your rebound setting here. You have your high speed and low speed settings for your shocks. Reservoir there, your oil reservoir or your canister for your engine oil is on that side over there. And the, let's see here, fuel pump, and then you put your dipstick in here to check engine oil. And you got your air box and air filters underneath there. So I can get this thing started for you. When these little red tabs should fall in there, and it should line up like that. Oops, let me show you again. Should line up, and the pin should go in. You might have to move it a little bit, and it clicks into place. And that's it. To open the door, there is a button here. You just press that, and then the door opens. There's the button, so that's what you're pressing. On the inside, you've got your handle, so you can grab that from when you're seated inside, and then your latch to open up. Okay, and then this is where the door clicks into place. Okay, now that I'm in the car, you can see steering wheel, your dash with every button and all the controls you need. Your chassis number, your VIN is right there. Ports for your air, your Anderson plug to charge the car. These little guys are all ports for the fire extinguisher. That's your camera box, and to test it, you just press down. To arm it, you press, I'm sorry, I called it camera box, that's the fire extinguisher box. You press it up and now it's armed. Make sure to turn this off when parking the car, because that will drain the battery. Your camera box is right above it. That'll turn on automatically when I turn the car on. And you have your passenger seat, your camera back here, and everything else. And then you have your backup camera or rearview mirror. That's gonna click on automatically. You have two fuses, one 35 amp, one 20 amp. If you ever have a problem and these pop out, they'll just pop out and you can just push them back in with your finger. More air conditioning ports, data cable port, your brake bias. So if you go towards the right, you're going towards the front of the car. Towards the left goes towards the back of the car. Your controls on the steering wheel. You have your left and right turn signals. You have your lights, wiper, and the horn. I usually put my hand over here to pull off the steering wheel. You do that, and you have the port or the wire for the steering wheel. Make sure you line up the spline. There's one large spline. Always park the car straight to make it easier to put the steering wheel. The shifting paddle shift system is left shift down gears, right shift up gears. It can be seen right here behind there. There's your shifters. Those are the paddles. This is steer assist, master power, your mirrors, adjustable mirrors, your lights, your hazards, your other fog light. These lights on here are to blink the lights, just so you know. This is HVAC related stuff. So this is your fan speeds, your heat, your air conditioning, the defrost, the wiper power, and then the wiper, like to do the intermediate, is right here, and then the interior light, your start button, and your ignition. So we're gonna go ahead and start it. So we're gonna do master power on. It's gonna make that sound. That just clicked on, so you can see behind you. You're gonna do ignition on. And then this comes on. You get a light there. Your dash will display. It'll come on. You get the master power light is on. And then you're going to just ensure that it's in neutral, which is 0. Put on the brake and start it. And you do have to prime it. I did not prime it yet, so. Your RPMs, obviously, oil pressure, water temp down here, battery. This is cold, so this will go away once the engine water temp gets up to 60 degrees Celsius, and when the oil temp gets up to 50 degrees Celsius, those two lights will go blank, and you'll be warmed up. Turning off the car, I always do it via the ignition. I always turn off the car via ignition, like I said, and then master power, and then everything goes off, okay? Steer assist, the higher the number, the more assistance. So 0 is no assistance, 1 is a certain level, and then just keep going up by number until 5, and then the steering will get really easy. And then your fire bottle is right here, right by your legs. That's where your fire bottle is. Your interior fire button is there, so don't press that unless it's an emergency. Your other data port, your AIM data port, is right here on the right side. So AIM is there, and life, your ECU data port, is on the left side. To open and close the door, just pull that and open. Pull and open. The ECU in the car is actually behind this panel right here, and you have to take these screws out, these Allen head button head screws, and take that panel off, and that's where the ECU is located. The rear of the car, you have the air jack port, so that's where you put the lance in to raise and lower the car using the air jacks. And you have your wing with traditional wing adjustment settings. Here are for the biplane, the small plane, and underneath are for the large main plane.